The days in Detroit were, I get to Detroit now, and everything went so quick in Chicago that my regret there obviously is not finishing it and winning the Stanley Cup there. But unfortunately for them, I got to witness this as a fan, as I was as a kid, and I wasn't with the Detroit Red Wings at the time, so I could enjoy it a little bit, and as a fan did of Chicago. So congratulations to them. Now I'll speak about my days with Detroit. They say timing's everything. I got traded to Detroit. It was the right time and the right place, and I walked into a whirlwind with the team and the lineup there. It's like a rock band. I'm getting off the bus, and I thought I was with a rock band. You're watching Sergei with his shades and his Dolce & Gabbana. I think that's how you say. I couldn't imagine spending that much money on a pair of sunglasses or what he did, but it was great. I knew what I was in for. But I was fortunate enough that Scotty, I guess it would have been Scotty, Kenny, and obviously the Ilitch family okaying that, but never in a million years would I have thought after all the bad blood they would have taken me in. And obviously because of the unfortunate incident with Vladimir Konstantinov and their accident, I ended up in his position and tried to fill the role. I don't think I was as mean and nasty at the time as Vladdy was. Just a great player and a fan favorite here, and like I said, very unfortunate what happened to him, but basically that was probably the biggest reason why Detroit made that trade for me. And and it's crazy, like the third team, the original six, once again, the Gordie Howes, the Ted Lindsays, the Del Vecchios, the Bill Gatsby, right in the middle of all of it, not wanting to let these guys down, basically players who paved the way and made this the history of the Detroit Red Wings and the tradition, and you put that jersey on. There's something about it, like putting the other two jerseys on, that just made you feel like you had to succeed and you had to work. And it was, I never would have thought that people would have accepted me. I got to slow down here now. I'm starting to get ahead of myself. But how they accepted me and took me in, like I said, after all the tough years battling against Detroit, and then accepted me as one of their own. And thank God I won the cup, because I think there were a few people that still didn't forgive me when I first got here. I think I heard a couple hecklers saying they didn't win the cup since I've been here. So, I'm very thankful that we did win the cup, and I have been accepted as part of the community, and I feel really good about that I've made myself a home here.
Today we're announcing that Chris is going to stay in the organization. His title will be advisor to the general manager. Advisor to hockey operations. He's going to advise me. He's going to advise Mike Babcock. He's got a relationship with Jim Nill. He knows Kurt Fraser, who's our minor league coach. I want Chelly to come in and give us a different perspective, a perspective of being on the ice with the players in the locker room. But certainly we're going to put Chris to work in player development, especially with young defensemen. I want him to go to Grand Rapids. I want him to watch our young defensemen down there. We're going to have some young defensemen down there that we think are going to be Detroit Red Wings down the road. No better defenseman to give advice to a young defenseman than a guy who spent 27 years in the National Hockey League playing that position. He's going to go. We've got some young defensemen playing college and junior that we think are very, very good prospects. I want Chris, schedule permitting, to go there and watch those kids for a weekend, come back, give me a report, build a relationship. I know I've talked to Mike Babcock. Mike has said to me that he's going to ask Chelly's advice on situations, maybe penalty killing, or just a completely different perspective. That we've got a perspective as a manager and as a coach, and when you get somebody that gives you a different perspective, I think it's going to make us better. So I'm excited about adding Chelly to our front office. He's also going to go out and obviously represent the organization also from a business standpoint, and also from a hockey operations standpoint. When we go to the draft and we select a player, and you come up and you get to met at the table by a Chris Chelios, I think that's an incredible opportunity for a young player to come into an organization, much like what the Gordie Howes and the Ted Lindsays, who you'd mentioned, and the Steve Yzermans, and I can go on and on and on. I think when you can have a great player stay in the organization and work for you and come on board, they make us better, Mike Babcock and I better. But it's also, I think, great for young players to learn from a player like Chris Chelios. Probably you and Dominic Hasek would be the two best trades that I ever made as a general manager that allowed me to continue to be up here as manager. So thank you, Chelly, and welcome aboard.
Thank you, Kenny.